Hello, everybody. Ella J here for a Wrestling Gal, and today I am joined by one half of your NWA Women's World Tag Team Champions, Kylie Paige. How are you today?
I am good. How are you?
I am so good to sit down with you. This has been a long time coming, and we have a huge event coming up in NWA 78 in Philly. But before we get there, I would be remiss if we didn't talk about that lovely piece of gold sitting on your shoulder right there. You and your sister Kenzie recently regained the NWA Women's Tag Team Championships on NWA Power. It was a historic night for siblings in the NWA, from what I
It was,
recall. What did that title win mean to you?
it's actually mine and Kenzie's first time holding gold together
Together, yeah.
ever. Ever. So, I cried. I cried. I'll admit it. I cried. It was awesome. It was amazing. It was like a it was awesome. I loved it.
Been a long time coming for we've had several variations of Pretty Empowered. Kenzie, like we mentioned, has been NWA Women's Tag Team Champion and NWA Women's World Champion. You've held the gold before, but never together. It feels like now was just the right time.
Amen. Amen. I think any time for me and Kenzie is the right time.
I agree. Now, I obviously you've got a palette of competitors out there that are probably hungry for that gold. What are your goals for your tag team championship run?
Continue to make the tag team division better, mean more, bring more attention to it, and continue running it.
I think you're doing a great job so far. I mean, you beat the Hex, so that and
Whew,
multi-time NWA Women's Tag Team Champions and veterans. So I would say you're off to a hot start.
thank God. Thank God.
I do have to address, I guess, the elephant in the room, though. You and Kenzie are sisters, your tag team partners for life, but you guys will be going against each other at NWA 78 in a triple threat, also involving the low-key legend Nattie Neidhart. Before we get into that match itself, Nattie Neidhart, it's her first time returning to NWA in over a year. What are your thoughts on her returning there?
I should be more appreciative that she is coming to NWA, but there's just like I don't know. It feels like she's almost entitled. Like she thinks it's fine that she just moseys into NWA whenever she feels like it. And me and Kenzie have a problem with that. We do.
Obviously, Kenzie has history with Nattie. We'll get to that in a minute, but this is a special dynamic. I mean, throwback to your first match ever, you against Kenzie. You're no stranger to facing Kenzie, but also add in Nattie Neidhart. It makes for an interesting mix. What is your mindset heading into this triple threat, and what do you think fans can expect to see in it?
I think this triple threat is history making. I think it will be match of the night, if not match of the year. My mindset going into this is I'm the least experienced. I'm the youngest. So I feel like I'm being overlooked. I feel like this is kind of a proving ground for me. And I intend to prove everything I want. I intend to prove that I belong there. Me and Kenzie, we have a game plan. Don't worry about us. It's the twin telepathy, whatever you want to call it. We have something cooking. Nattie, watch your back. That's all I got to say.
I do have to ask. I don't think you'd be mad if your sister won, but I think that you want the win for yourself. So what do you how do you think you'd feel if your sister was the one to get a pin on Nattie? Again, by the way.
There you go. I think it would be a little selfish of her. Mm. You already got the pin on her. Why are you not sharing? Tad bit selfish if you ask me, but you're getting me mad. You think that it already happened. You're making me think that, and it hasn't. And she wouldn't do that to me, and she's not selfish. But if she did, that's very selfish. And we'd have to have a talk. We definitely have to have a talk.
I think it's Kylie Paige's time to shine.
I think so too. It's about time.
I would love to see you. Obviously, you have your tag team championships, but wouldn't also a piece of singles run for yourself? We've seen it done before. We've seen double champions before. I feel like if and when you get the pin on Nattie, because that'd be a whole other thing if you pinned your sister. If when you get the pin on Nattie, I think you have a right to call maybe the NWA Women's Championship.
I think I do too. I think it's why has it not happened yet? Why did Kenzie never give me a shot? Is also another question that I have. That was brought up on the Carson Drake experience on Power. I think it's my time. I think the Burke is calling my name. Prettiest prima donna, prettiest prima donna. I hear it. I hear it in my dreams. So looks like it's PPD time to shine.
I am curious too, on a legitimate level. You've had the experience in tag team championship goals and the division, but we haven't really gotten to see you much singles wise. Is that an avenue you're looking to explore? Like, see, obviously we mentioned, but is that something that you've been seriously considering for a while, kind of not branching out, but maybe simultaneously doing?
Yes, yes. I'm down for anything. I'll wrestle anybody, however many people, I don't care. I'm down for it all. Down for it all. I think it's about time.
I agree. And NWA 78 is going to be a great time to be able to do that. We have a loaded card, by the way, and I don't think even all the matches are announced yet.
They
We
aren't. They're
so
still cooking up.
I know. At the time of recording this, we obviously have the triple threat with yourself, Kenzie, and Nattie. We also have Natalia Markova versus Greta. We have the Royal Court, an eight-man tag team match. We have a dog collar match, which kind of scares me but intrigues me at the same time.
Me too.
Not gonna lie. We obviously have the NWA World Tag Team Champions, the Country Gentlemen. We mentioned they won them the same night as you did. And then we also had the NWA World's Heavyweight Title number one contendership five-way. So, as what's announced, besides yours, is there a particular match that you're looking the most forward to so far?
I'm really looking forward to Throwbilly versus Carson. I think it's time for Carson to get beat up a little bit. You wanted to start drama between me and Kenzie. It didn't work out, by the way, Carson. You wanted to start it. Now Thrill is going to beat you up. I think it's karma, personally. But that's just me. I'm really looking forward to watching him get his ass beat.
I have to like I mentioned, I have to admit the dog collar match kind of scares me, but it's also thrilling at the same time between
Yeah.
Daisy Kill and Eric Smalls. Um, you're no stranger to the hardcore match stipulations. Have you ever, I don't think you've been in a dog collar match yourself, have you?
Me and Kenzie actually have a tag
Right.
team dog collar match at KFW. It was back in 2025. I can't remember the
So,
exact date,
yeah.
but we have once before, once.
What was your experience like in it's like it's hardcore, but it's like you're kind of restricted in a way too. I would feel like I'm choking personally. I
Oh,
don't
I
know if
did.
I would
I
like
felt
that.
suffocated. I was like,
How was how was that experience from what you recall?
the chain actually hit me multiple times in the
Oh,
face.
girl.
Yeah. So my experience was horrible. I hated it, but I would definitely do it again. But I did not enjoy a chain hitting me in the face. That was not cool. But besides
Yeah.
that, I did go ham.
Okay.
We did win.
So
We won. So
you did. That's all that matters. You survived and you lived to tell the tale.
amen.
We mentioned, though, you are no stranger to hardcore stipulations. Me and you talked about this a little bit a few years ago. Your debut match, I believe it was no holds barred against your sister, Kenzie Paige. What a way to break into the wrestling industry and put you to the test right away. What do you remember about that experience? It's been over 4 years now,
I remember. Oh gosh, it's like I'm getting flashbacks.
right?
Oh my gosh. I remember I came out, I was like, oh my God. And then I'm facing Kenzie and she's just beating the crap out of me. I was like, ow, like this hurts like a lot. I go to the back, I'm like bawling my eyes out. My nephew comes up to me, he's like, Kylie, you did so good. I was like, thank you. But that match, ouchies. Ouchies is all I remember. I just remember going home that night, bruises and cuts everywhere. It was a lot. It was a lot. it was a lot for a first match. Maybe not the best idea to do that, but I still
They
did
threw
it.
you
I
in
survived, and
they,
here we are.
they threw you in the deep end right away. I feel like, I mean, I guess that's what a way to put you to the test to see if you can sink or swim. You obviously swam because, I mean, you survived it, and now here you are 4 years later with more gold around your waist.
Yep.
Um, but what a way to kind of put that, put your mark on your wrestling career and everything. How do you think you've grown personally and professionally since then? I have to imagine, obviously, you've gotten reps. Maybe confidence is probably a thing as you get more reps, but how do you think you've grown personally and professionally since that first match?
I think I've gained a lot of confidence since then. I've gained a lot of knowledge since then.
Yeah.
I've traveled since then. So I've just experienced more, and with each experience is more growth. And I think that's a beautiful thing about wrestling.
Yeah, I was talking with your sister Kenzie about a year and a half ago maybe, and she mentioned that Jazz was a huge mentor to her behind the scenes in NWA. So I was curious if you had a similar experience working with Jazz, and if so, what did you take away from learning under her?
She, her, and Dr. Tom, which is my trainer,
Yes.
were my two biggest mentors in wrestling, and they shaped me into the wrestler that I am today. I learned she just opened my eyes to like a lot of things, and she was always so patient because I came into NWA very young.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I was like 8 months in, so I didn't really know much less about TV, anyways. So she was always very patient and always very helpful, and she just taught me so much. And it's something that like it's hard to come by such a good mentor that like means well and it always has your back and your best interest. So I owe a lot to Jazz.
What is something that you've learned from her that you maybe still carry forward to this day that's kind of implemented into your work?
Less is more. Less is more and hit hard.
Oh
Preach it,
yeah.
sister. I was like,
And it's
okay,
if someone hits you
say
hard,
less.
you probably hit harder.
Yeah, say less, Miss Jazz. Make it look
So
good. Okay.
sometimes it is the simplicity of things too. You know, a lot of things can be overcomplicated or maybe look over choreographed in a way, but I feel
Mhm.
like sometimes less is more for that story, you know, obviously depending on what it is, but that can be the most impactful sometimes.
Yes, yes. She's one of those people that's always like, stay true to your path, stay headstrong, just keep going no matter what. And, you know, it's got me this far. So,
And she's definitely one of the most legendary women in wrestling ever. And I was so thrilled on that topic that NWA recently announced the return of NWA Empower in Tennessee on August 28th. I was at the very first one in person. It was a very special event. Obviously you and Kenzie are kind of the faces of that. I don't know how far it is from you, but I think it's kind of in your backyard a little bit. I
it
think.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sevierville is
Yeah.
actually my hometown where I grew up. I'm currently living in New York right now,
Yeah.
but it is in Sevierville, August 28th, Empower, hosted by me and Kinsey.
Yeah.
It's such an honor. I love it. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the lineup is fire. Fire.
The first one was such a big success, and like I remember being in that room and you just feel like the magic. Like it's hard to explain unless you're there, you know. You just feel the magic in the air and you feel yourself in that moment. It was such a great celebration for women's wrestling in general and just seeing everybody there from different eras, current and past. Like you said, no spoilers, but what are your hopes for because now you got to live up to the first one. What are your hopes for round two?
Just continue to, do what me and Kinsey do best, make history, do great things for women's wrestling. And I think that's the number one thing is getting eyes on women's wrestling because it is amazing. You know, 99% of the time we're outworking the men and we're doing better than them. No shade, but take the shade. I don't
Facts.
care. So I guess that's just my hopes that more people see all the hard work that we put into it. And it gets acknowledged and recognized, and people are grateful.
I assume we'll find out more about this mysterious lineup after NWA 78.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that. But speaking of women, it's kind of fitting, pretty empowered, NWA Empower. Who are some, we mentioned your sister and Jazz, who are some other women who empower you personally or professionally?
I have so many, so many. I'm going to tell you my two opponents that have pushed me and
Sure, of
have made me fall in love with wrestling even more outside of Kenzie and Jazz.
course.
Natalia Markova. She is one, she will push you to the absolute limit. And we did that every single time that we wrestled. And it was amazing. I love wrestling her. Love it. Love wrestling her. She's amazing. And Gabby Forza. She is one, oh, she completely wrestling her changed my entire perspective and feeling on wrestling. I've always loved wrestling. But there's times where you get down, you're like, oh gosh, like, is this really like, not is this for me? Because it's for me. But it's just like at times, sometimes you lose confidence, or this starts to get more like a job rather than something that you love. And with Gabby, it's never that. I wrestled her for the first time and it just completely changed everything for me. And she's very inspirational and she's always so positive and so happy and such a hard worker. She pushes you to want to do better.
She's also you say that you're still kind of feeling maybe green yourself. I mean, she's even less than I think she just surpassed 3 years a few months ago. I mean, her background is crazy. Like
Yeah.
football
Oh,
coming in after getting run over by a Mack truck. Like, let's talk about survivors. That girl has just completely transformed her life. And I think, from what I recall, you might have just won another title by beating her, if I'm thinking correctly.
yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What a joy in the wrestling space. It's awesome to see so many up and coming talents, at different various ages and backgrounds. And it's awesome that obviously outside of NWA you're still involved in the indies because there's so many. I mean, KFW itself, you guys are working that up. I was talking with Kenzie. It's incredible, especially because of how young you guys still are. I'm sure you probably look to others, maybe your father or Dr. Tom and stuff like that. But how has that been experience kind of running and helping book KFW? You're trying to build your own career, but also build this other brand at the same time.
It's it's kind of been a lot, but we have each other in this and we do
Yeah.
also have people to look up to.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier and it is cool to get to see like your visions come to life through this live wrestling show. I think that's awesome. It's been a lot, but we also grew up in this company. Literally, KFW is like, I was like 3-year-old running around with pigtails. Like,
Yeah.
so like, it's awesome. It's awesome to be able to do that.
Yeah, and I think Empower has an integration with KFW. Would you be able to give us a little bit more details on that integration with KFW? Or are we going to be seeing KFW talents coming in, or what does that implementation look like with Empower?
So with Empower, we're hosting it at KFW's main venue.
Okay.
So you will be seeing our women talent there. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's all I can say right now as far as the
Yeah.
partnership goes.
Yeah.
But NWA and KFW are cooking stuff up together, which we will
Yeah.
hear about after
Of
78.
course. Yeah.
But for right now, yeah, it's you will definitely see KFW talent though.
Okay. And
110.
obviously, we hope to see even more partnerships beyond Empower and stuff like that. But to close things out, we mentioned you have the goal of winning singles gold, continuing the tag team title reigns. What are some of your other personal and professional goals for the next year or two?
I feel like 2026 I really locked in. So I guess continuing the course. I really want to go to Japan. I
Oh
really
yeah.
want to go overseas in any sort of way. I actually marked off my I did Canada this year. Yeah. So that was cool. I want to get a shot at the Berg. Why have I not? That's another goal.
Good question.
And just continue to perfect my craft and get better and wrestle everywhere that I can. I think that's the main one.
Who are some names that you're eyeing maybe from Japan or Canada or people that you haven't wrestled yet?
Honestly, any of them. Any of them. Anyone. I'm down for anyone. The PPD is ready for anyone.
Bring it on, says
Bring it
Kylie
on,
Paige.
sisters.
Well, Kylie, before we let you go, please let the listeners know where they can find you online and check out NWA 78.
NWA 78 will be in Philly at the 2300 Arena. And as far as my socials go, the Instagram is KylieAlexa.h. And if you go to the link in my bio, you will find the link tree, the links to my Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, anything. Anything is in that bio.
Oh, what can we find on your YouTube?
Some matches, some flexing. I don't
Okay.
know. You got to look.
Okay. Well, like Kylie said, don't forget also to check out NWA 78 coming up this Saturday, July 25th, live in Philly, the 2300 Arena. It's one of the few times I think you've wrestled in Philly a couple of times, but this is probably the biggest so far.
Yes.
She'll be competing in a triple threat match with her sister and the low-key legend Nattie Neidhart. You'll have to see what happens. Things may get dicey. We'll see who comes out on top. Kylie, thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Yes. Thank you for having me.